Hey guys, Steve here, back with another video on my channel, Wilderness 333, and I'm going to be starting today a new series. It's called Survival for the Non-Survivalists, and I'll probably be doing a number of them, a number of different ones. Evan and I have been talking about this. Wasn't completely my idea, but we're going to be talking about some ideas of survival, things that help us for non-survivalists. You know, as I've kind of viewed my channel and people who come up to me and they're watching my videos, some of them, they're not into bushcraft, they don't know a lot about it, and some of the things that I'll say here could maybe help them. You know, one of the things I believe is true about human beings is we talk to other people about the things that we love, the things that we're passionate about. I love bushcraft. If you watch any of my videos, you see that I have a lot of fun. I have a lot of fun being out in the woods. I've been out here this morning. I've been testing out a new knife, playing around with some stuff, found some fatwood, finding that stuff everywhere. And you know, C.S. Lewis has a quote out there that the joy of something isn't complete until you've shared it with someone else, and I think that's really true. And so in that vein, as Evan and I love, you know, bushcraft, we'll talk to other people about it sometimes, and we might show them a video that we've made, and you know, for the most part people receive it well, but you know, you get those occasional sort of rolling of the eyes, or you know, the little mocking laugh here or there, and that's fine. Like, I know it's totally cool and it's actually kind of funny, but you know, you're the guys who spent how long watching 2 cotton balls burn on a video on YouTube, and were fascinated by it the whole time, and I get that. But you know, at the same time, we live in Colorado, and REI is big here, getting into the mountains is big here, going on day hikes, all that kind of stuff. Outdoor life is big. So if I walk up to someone and I let them know about the latest steal or deal that I've gotten at REI, they don't bat an eye. There's no mocking, it's all good. Situation's different. But as I think about that, what are the things that, you know, we've learned in bushcraft that could be translated into that sort of outdoor recreation world, not necessarily survivalism or bushcraft, but those things I've learned that could be helpful. And that's what these tips are going to be. They're going to be the basics, really basic things that I think you could easily add to your backpack. Easily, you know, there's not really a kit mentality for those who are out on day hikes or doing whatever, but things that, you know, as we've thought through them, will be really helpful, things that could get you out of trouble if the crap hits the fan. So that's going to be the series, and this time today, as an introduction, we're going to talk about fire. Now, fire is really important simply for the fact that, well, I mean, it's really important for a number of reasons, but the main one I want to touch on today is keeping you warm. It's keeping your core temperature up if things go bad, and this is really important. Just in the last year, a couple stories that have crossed my path of people I've known where fire ended up being everything. One girl on a project in Vail last year, she was out hiking with some of the other team and one of the staff members that we work with, and she fell in the river. It was May, and you know, temperatures weren't that high yet. You're at a pretty high elevation in Vail, and she was cold. She was nearing hypothermic temperatures. It was not good. She was freezing. She was far from home. She was far from the place they were staying. And one of the staff members, he had a lighter. He had thought ahead, and he was able to make fire. And was able to, I mean, I don't know if she wouldn't have got that, she probably, you know, it's not like she was going to die, but she probably would have ended up in the hospital. She probably would have ended up with hypothermia, and it wouldn't have been a good situation. Real quick addendum to the video that you're watching right now. I forgot to say something after that story, and I wanted to include it in because it's important, but the story of the guy who was able to help that girl because he was carrying a lighter. But what I'm about to recommend isn't a lighter, and lighter's good, but there's way better things that are more reliable. I want to show you something real quick of why I don't love lighters. If you could see, got flame, lighter, it would have worked perfectly. But the girl had fallen in the water. If he had fallen in the water, let me show you what would have happened. Got your lighter, flame, water, it gets wet, you fall in the river. No flame. No flame whatsoever. This is not something you want to rely on. What I'm going to be talking about is just going to be way better. This will work again if you only have a lighter. Dry it out real good, blow on it, make it warm. If it gets cold, same thing. These do not love cold. They do not love water. It's not working. Now we'll head back to the video. Even a couple years ago, 2 of my friends, 2 students here, decided to climb a 14er. They left at 9 o'clock at night, not wearing the right clothes. It was in the middle of winter. They got lost. They didn't have headlamps. They didn't have anything, and they were freezing cold. The only thing that saved them is they found like a little road grader up there, a tractor with the sealed cockpit. They were able to, it was open, they were able to get into it and stay the night. But if they would have had fire, they could have greatly affected their chances of making out of there. Again, don't know if their life was on the line, but it would have been important. So I'm going to show you guys a way to make fire that is really, really easy and really, really reliable, and it's easy to carry, and it's really cheap. That's kind of the things I want to make it be. I'm not going to add a whole kit to your backpack. I want to add light things. I want to add things that'll not cost much, but things that can really make a difference. So in that vein, what I'm going to talk about is the idea of using a fire steel and cotton balls. You know, cotton balls with Vaseline rubbed into them are huge. In the bushcraft world, they're everywhere, but they really, really work. And they work because they let your cotton ball burn a lot longer and a lot hotter, so it can start, you know, the wood that you have on fire. And I'm going to make a cotton ball for you here, so you see that. I carry cotton balls a couple different ways. I carry them in an old prescription bottle. You can see there. Got the cotton balls stowed in down there, and they have Vaseline rubbed into them. And you can also carry them in just a little Ziploc bag. You can carry some cotton balls. So I'm going to show you kind of how it works. You have to do this, of course, before you go out in the woods, but I have a little thing of Vaseline, and I have a cotton ball. Let me show you how I do this. It's super simple. Wow, this has never been used before. Just get some Vaseline on your fingers, and you rub it into the cotton ball. Pretty easy. A little messy, but pretty easy. Now they sell things like this, you know, manufactured in the store to help you start fires. They're really, really reliable, but they're not, I mean, they're expensive. I saw one the other day, starts a fire great. 6 of them were $22. This is probably free. You probably have Vaseline and you probably have cotton balls just sitting around your house. Alright, so now you've got your cotton ball here. And the second thing you're going to need is a fire steel. This is a ferrocerium rod that throws sparks. This one's actually, the name brand is Fire Steel. I'm not sure how much these cost. They're like maybe $14.99, but you know, all around the place, Sportsman's Warehouse, places like that, you can get almost this exact same thing for $5.99. So, you know, basic price tag, $5.99 plus cotton balls and Vaseline that you probably have at home. If you have to go buy it, you're spending another $2. We're under $10 for a way to get fire if the crap hits the fan and you need it. So as you can see, these throw sparks. I don't even know how well you can see that because it's real light out here, but sparks. Those start the cotton balls. So I'm going to show you, and the next thing you need to do, so let's presume you're carrying this in your kit. You've got this is super light. You've got this, you've got your cotton balls in a Ziploc bag. I mean, we're talking super small here. You can just shove that into any little pocket and you've got the ability to make fire. So the next piece, I don't want to assume anything and I don't want to talk down to you either, but I'm going to show you real quick how I'm going to make this fire with the cotton ball. Like I said, the first thing you want to do is collect wood. I'm not going to go into a super ton of detail on how to do this or even how to do it best, because if you're really in the situation where you need fire, you're going to need it and you're going to need it fast. You're cold, you're wet, it's raining, you're lost, you need to heat yourself up. So you want to collect some wood. Maybe you're hurt and maybe you're with somebody that can collect some wood. So what you need to do, or you need to collect wood for somebody who's hurt, you're going to go get a bunch of branches. You can take them off of trees, you can take off little stuff like right here. This would work really good. This is dead stuff, it's dry. It's been raining here the last few days, but this is dry. It's going to burn really well. Little stuff like this is important. You want to start with a lot of little stuff and then get your bigger stuff. So I've made a little pile here and I want to show you how I'm going to do this. I've got some piles here of wood. I've got my little stuff right here. These are real small. Lead size, they're going to start fast. A little bit bigger pieces over here. And then I've got my fuel, which they call it fuel because it's the bigger pieces that'll really burn and get you coals and get you going. I'm not going to burn those bigger pieces today because I'm not going to start very much of a fire. It's warm out. I don't need a fire. But then I'm going to do it right here, right on top here. One of the things you can do is you just want to clear out ground and get to the dirt. So I want to get all these pine needles out of here. What you don't want to do is start a forest fire, of course. get all these pine needles out, and that'll be the spot where you start your fire. So let me show you how I do it. Okay, first I recommend you put down just a little teeny log like this. That's going to give you some, if this ground was wet, and it's not, this is pretty dry. If the ground was wet, put some wood down, put some of your pieces down, and put stuff on top of it so it's not on the wet ground. Take your cotton ball and you set it right there at the base. And you want to spread that cotton ball out before you lay it down. I don't know if I can show you how I do that real quick. Okay, you want to spread that cotton ball out so that some of the fibers are exposed, so that spark will light it. All right. Then you take your fire steel. Alright, that took a few strikes, but it's lit. That's going to burn for a few minutes, so you've got time to take these little pieces, lie them across. And the reason you're kind of putting them up here is so that they can get, so the fire can get oxygen. So you lay your pieces there, starting with my little ones, of course, and you can see they're starting on fire. That cotton ball is still burning, so that's going to give you a couple minutes. The way this is going, you could even lay some on the other side. Make a little teepee, in this case, on either side of that log. If you can tell, that cotton ball is still on fire down there. It's getting oxygen from both sides. We've got fire. Now, once you have that, it's lit, start adding some of these bigger pieces. If you start having trouble with it, if it's not lighting right away, you can blow on it. Blowing on it gives it oxygen. Let me see if I can do it. So there you go, even more flame. It didn't need it, but shows you the example. And of course, keep adding your bigger stuff. This will start on fire. And once you get that going, you can add your bigger logs, like I have those over there. And that would be fire. Now, you can keep yourself warm, add a bunch of bigger logs, you're going to have coals, you're going to have a way to do some stuff that I'll tell you about in my next video. But let this fire go, let it get bigger. And you see, all you had to carry was the little cotton balls and the fire steel with a little bit of knowledge. If something bad happens, and it does happen, you get stuck, you will be able to keep yourself warm. You'll be able to even make it through a night if you have to. And then next up, we're going to talk about water. So we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. Hope it was helpful. Hope you learned something. Hope it might help just to throw some stuff in your bag, in your backpack, and not spend much money. Thanks.